What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. I'll get it up shortly, but I got second place in my pro show today. I'm really happy with actually how I came in. I think I brought what I could. I came in shredded. You know, it was hard to bring my legs in. At the end of the day, I was sitting down. I didn't get on stage till 11 p.m., which was tough for me to kind of keep everything flowing. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. My legs could have been sharper, but my upper body was in. You know, my waist was tight. Everything was tight. And as I got posing, even though I only had about 5 minutes on stage, as I kept posing, I kept getting harder. And can't really complain. Second place. Subjective sport. I'm going to put my posing routine up. The only reason I'm not going to post any comparisons or anything is this is my channel. If someone else wishes to post their performance or whatever, that's great. What I've found in the past is people either like me or hate me, and those who like me might say mean things. I don't want to take away anything from the winner. He won fair and square. It's a subjective judging panel, and again, placing second in my first pro show ever, you're not going to hear me complain one bit. I appreciate the show. Appreciate NABA putting it on. They could have, had pros go up sometime before 11 p.m. But at the end of the day, I think it was a great experience. And I just want to say, I've head judged and I've judged many shows in my career. And I always tell people that if you didn't get first place and you thought you should have and it was a close show, for example, I believe in the Yorton 2 years ago, Doug Miller only won by 1 point over Cleveland. At the end of the day, if you didn't win decisively, if you didn't win, it's because you didn't bring a package good enough to erase all doubt. And at the end of the day, I brought what I feel was a very competitive package. But in order to compete at the pro level, I need to bring it harder. And I'm going to go into some stuff right now about what's going on in my life that might impact you guys because you're a part of my life. But I want to go into kind of, what's going on in my life and how it's going to impact you. But assuming I'm able to continue bodybuilding, which I'm not even sure anymore because the trajectory of my career, which is a great thing, I'm going to bring something that will not be even contendable next time I get on stage, which will be in 1 to 2 years or never or sooner or whenever I decide I'm ready to compete. Right now, I believe I need to be tighter. I believe I need to be harder. And nothing's ever come easy to me, and I've added a lot of size. I'm a completely different competitor than when I started. And love me or hate me, you cannot say anything about my work ethic and the fact that I appreciate the opportunity to compete in a subjective sport. And my job as a competitor is to bring a package to stage that really defies all odds. Hey, Sean's right here actually. Sean, do you want to join us in this meeting of the minds? Yeah, I even got a chair for you, bro.
Oh, thanks, bro.
No worries. We might have to get a little close, personal.
We're sharing a bed, so.
Wait, hold on. I got to go this way.
Why are you trying to angle me?
There we go. So, anyway. Sean was there. I mean, what do you think about today? I mean, you were...
The important thing to realize and accept and go home with is just like Mark said, if there's any room for doubt or any kind of closeness in comparison, which the second place, I mean, the whole pro field was really good. It's a fucking pro show. These are guys who have all earned the right to be up there.
Yeah.
So this isn't like guys who have no business on stage. This is guys who have won a show and I've earned a pro card. So everyone up there was awesome. And so if there's any kind of room for judgment, it's kind of like you want to win by a knockout, in bodybuilding because it's subjective. Because you can actually, the way it works as someone who puts on a show, the way it can work sometimes, and I've had to read the results that I didn't agree with before.
I've disagreed as a head judge at his show.
So it's neither here nor there.
So subjective.
You can have a judging panel where actually the majority of the judges pick a certain competitor to win, but based on the way scores can be weighted, if they may have picked another guy to be second or third or whatever, you can actually, like I said, you can have, out of 7 judges, you could have 4 judges pick a competitor to be first place, but that competitor still come in second based on the weighting of scores. Mm-hmm. If the other 3 judges picked him to be third, versus second. So it can work that way. So it's important to note. And like Mark said, you got to come with your absolute best. And we came with our best today. But you know what? Take nothing away from the second place, from the first place finisher.
Nah, he brought it.
Yeah, he did what he did. Mark did what he did, and it shook out the way it did today.
So I'm happy. I wanted to kind of go over what's going on over the next 6 weeks as well, and this is something that I've been gifted, bestowed, earned, whatever you want to say. This tremendous opportunity. I can't tell you guys what it is. But I'm going to be gone for Wednesday is my last day. I'm going to be gone for 6 weeks. From Wednesday through about December 22nd, I will not be answering emails. I will not be answering tweets. I will not be answering Instagram. I have pre-filmed a ton of videos that you will still see activity on this YouTube channel. But, you know, you're going to, it's a bit emotional because I am going to be away from my family and you guys for 6 weeks. And it's a huge opportunity. It's something that's going to take my life and my companies and everything that I've done in my life to the next level. And it's a huge, huge thing. I wish I could, and I'll tell you what it is when I'm allowed to. But let's just say that it's an opportunity. And I'm going to cut everything off Wednesday. And I leave on Friday, so Thursday is going to be a complete transition day. So I just want to let you guys know that, you know, things are going to be a bit different with this channel, but you're still going to see activity here. You're still going to see videos, but they have been filmed in advance. So if you think, wow, he still looks the same as he did pre-contest, it's because that video was filmed last week. But yeah, I mean, you know, I just wanted to thank everybody for support up to this show.
There was so many people who came out tonight to the show.
And they've stayed till fucking 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's one thing that's definitely... You know, if you're ever in a position to be putting on a show where there's a pro division, it doesn't really make sense in the bodybuilding world for the pros to go last. I understand the adage, save the best for last. But on a day where everyone just actually wants to leave, in a bodybuilding show, as soon as you're done, you want to get the fuck out.
I had nobody there.
Except for the people who actually only came to see Mark.
It was like 10 people.
I mean, and you can't blame them because it's 11:30 at night.
Here's the thing. If there's one thing I need to say, and there's no excuses, is that the guy who beat me competed in other divisions throughout the day. And his body was moving, and it was that. And it was this today's show. Now, there's no excuse. I don't know whatever happens in life, what variables go into a show are irrelevant. What matters is how you look on stage. But I will say that there's a couple things I'd like to just say. One is that a week ago, you know, you guys knew I was sequestered. I was in a hotel room, and I was unable to prepare my own food, which isn't an excuse. I still got on stage. I had to bring my best, but I'm very happy with what I brought. I'm very happy I was able to work through that. Number two is that I feel that this show, and I'm appreciative of them even having a pro show in the U.S. for NABA. I'm appreciative. But my one complaint is that I did not get on stage till 11 p.m. And at that time, it was so hard for me to time carbohydrate and to fill out and to get my body going that as I got posing, as I got into my zone, I was getting harder and better looking as it went on. And I do think that being that it was, as they explained to me, close, there should have been some kind of a pose down or something.
Right, there's always, especially in a pro show, it's going to warrant a pose down.
I will say that it was off-put. There wasn't any weights backstage for me to pump up with. There wasn't anything, and they were literally tearing down the floors before the pros went up. And it makes me wonder if it's even worth competing as a pro. And I wasn't going to say this because I sound like a crying bitch, but at the end of the day, I'm happy with my placing. The guy who won deserved it. He looked phenomenal. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you're going to put on a pro show and you're going to have pros in an organization, treat them like pros. You know, it's like there was no benefit to being a pro. In fact, you were almost pushed to the back of the bus, so to speak.
Totally.
Where there were no weights. They already took them from the back. And I couldn't pump up correctly. And it was just really, and I sat all day from literally 10 a.m. till 11 p.m. before I even got to go on stage. And it's just, it was kind of, as my first experience as a pro, as a NABA pro, I will say, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that there are improvements that can be made where people want to become a pro bodybuilder in NABA. And I think that's where NABA's, because IFBB pros backstage, they're actually treated like humans. They actually get water. And so they had no water backstage. They had nothing. They didn't even have weights or pump up or anything.
Yeah.
And
less than ideal, but you know, it is what it is. And
everybody had the same circumstances. You know, it's just like, I was a little bit, I kind of expect a little more, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. But I just want to give, you know, everybody I stepped on stage with and everybody who supported me throughout this. And the main take home from this video is that, you know, it's going to be a huge transition in my life. And I hope you guys are here in December when I come back. All right, Sean, thanks for coming out, man. It's been a hell of a ride.
Yes,
but I'll see you guys next week. And then I'm gone. That's it. I'm not even say it's not a game because I just want to shower and get to the airport right now. My daughter has a soccer game today. Because, by the way, we just got back from eating. It's 2:40 a.m. We didn't get out of that venue till what, 12:30?
Something like that. Then we had to roll with the crew to IHOP.
Yep. So that's it, guys. It's the only place that was open. Peace out.